Hey everyone, before this episode starts, it's important to remember anything we say on this podcast should be taken as a bad joke. It should not be taken seriously, ever.
Take your balls.
Move us.
Hello, everybody. It is Slightly Diverse. We're fucking episode 46. It is I, Milk, and I'm joined by Argus. Go on, Argus.
Sorry,
We
sorry
all
about
cut.
my audio bitched out. My bad.
Cool.
Sorry, I spaced out there. Hey, hi, it's me.
And we got Bordelon.
So how come we haven't been doing Divinity?
That is a great,
And
fantastic
and
question.
that is our segue. Context. We've been playing a little funny game, a little funny, interesting game called Divinity Divinity 2.
Divinity original fuck.
Divinity
original fuck, yeah.
fucking dogs, the game.
Yeah, we've been playing Divinity 2 with the three of us and another guy. And today these two are interrogating me as to the reason we haven't played in a solid 4 weeks.
Listen, you have the save.
I know this is so
Which
stupid.
means you have the responsibility. You're like the dungeon master.
I know I have the fucking save. I know I have it. The
Tell us,
reason
Dungeon
though,
Master.
I have though, in my defense, I haven't heard shit from either of y'all, any of y'all for that matter, about when
What do
we
you
are
do-
next
I've
going
asked.
to play.
We ask you every single time we get into it, VC.
Yeah, I don't see y'all fucking trying to set up a time now, do I?
You don't.
I'm on
You
summer-
also
I
don't give
do.
any information
I'm
as
on
to when
summer
you can play.
I'm on summer
I
break for another
asked.
2 months, my guy. I got time.
I have asked. I've legit asked for a time. Like, who wants to get on? Who wants to start playing?
Well, I
Radio
don't hear
silence
nothing from
this guy.
from Flores either.
It's because I have to text them.
Yeah, Flores.
Alright, well-
Flores doesn't have eyes. He has to like read braille and shit.
Well, yeah, these dudes keep interrogating me, acting like I'm trying to dodge playing Divinity or something when I'm not.
You've been
Um,
dogging us.
Nobody DMs me and says, "Hey, Mr. Gus, when we gonna when we gonna do that thing?" Nope,
When are we
never
gonna
hear
do
it.
that? Fight a dragon. Do you fight a dragon in
Yeah, we
Divinity?
didn't even get to fight a dragon.
I don't
We
know.
released the dragons from its chains and then just flew over and fucked with us.
Yeah, the dragon's
Yeah,
indebted
he
to
breathed-
me.
He burped all over us.
Yeah, we actually even got on the ship and we haven't solved any of the bullshit.
Yeah, we aren't even at Act 1 yet. We're like almost on the cusp of Act 2.
We're in the in between.
And it's because
Of
our
that- of
dungeon
Act
master
1.
refuses to
I'm not a
communicate.
dungeon master. I'm a player, homie.
Yes, you are. You are the dungeon master.
Okay.
He refuses to communicate.
You are
why is
the
there-
slave master.
Then why is everyone always playing a game of don't listen to the DM?
I listen to you. It's Bordelon doesn't listen.
I can't hear you. I'm playing dead.
Yeah, see, exactly. Come talk to me when you're done playing dead, you coward. Yeah, sure, we can set up a time to play. I just need niggas, or fuck, my bad. I just need.
That
In
word
the
has
first
been
10 minutes.
Cue Robert Downey Jr. talking to the black guy in Top Tropic Thunder.
I just need to know a time, and then I'm set, dude. I just need to make sure the time works, cause I got a job.
A yob.
A
So do
job.
I.
A
got a
Neither
job.
do I.
J-O-B.
I got a jab, as they called in South Park. They called it jab. They're taking our jab.
Gerb.
You got a J-O-B, dude?
It's a gerb. They took my gerb.
They took your gerb.
Yeah. They took yeah. So yeah, fellas, just give me a time and place, and I'll be there. Yeah.
That's what they all say until
I
they
sure
until they
hope.
ghost you.
Until they ghost.
Yeah.
Until they,
And then he comes back later for an appointed time and says, I was busy.
yeah, I'm a busy guy. Okay, what do you want from?
Busy gal.
Nope, busy guy.
Busy gal.
No, guy.
Prove it.
Well, let's say.
Prove
them.
it.
Prove it. Take
Have I
take
told you I'm a
hormones.
minor? I told you I'm a minor.
No, you're
You're a
not.
busy trans.
Yes, I am.
You're not a minor, dude.
Yeah, I am.
You're not even on Deep Rock Galactic yet.
So stupid.
That's what me and Bordelon played. We played Rock and Stone.
You guys played Rocket. I'm happy
And
for
the
it.
whole time he's complaining about something or other while grinning ear to ear.
Shut the fuck up. No.
Bordelon was
Dumbass,
smiling
like,
so
like,
widely while we were playing the
this
game. He's
dude
like, "This
acts like
is
my
this is
mother
terrible,
when she
dude."
knows I'm upset.
Bordelon's like,
Yeah,
this is
for
an
real.
awful game," while he's like giggling and teeing, kicking his legs back and forth and
Shut
shit.
What are you
Kicking my
talking
legs.
about? That's crazy.
You
But
know you
yes.
like it, Bordelon. You know you want.
Yeah,
You know
I
every time I
play
rock and stone, you want it to join in.
I play it unironically now. Because I'm like, what if I just keep playing missions? It'll add one that's good. And then I keep playing missions and they're all fucking retarded.
No, they're all cool. They're all cool when you mine stone and rocks.
Did you just say the R word? You can't do that.
You're right.
They're
all
R-worded.
in.
They're all
What
down
the
syndrome.
fuck is wrong with
They're all downed.
Well, it's okay. I'm retarded. I can say it.
you?
Can't draw women's faces.
I'm
I can't draw. Help.
don't look at me. I'm not the artist. Not artist.
But yeah, me and Bordelon been rocking and stoning, been playing in Gay Citizen
Shut
again.
up.
We played Gay Citizen again.
You know what you need to do? You get off my dick. That's what you got. You gotta get off my.
Bordelon is leader of a fake militia. He's kind
I
of
mean,
like
it's a video game. No
kinda
shit,
like
it's fake.
Captain Buck Naked.
Captain Buck.
You ever heard of him?
It's General Buck Naked. We've talked about this before.
Yeah, General Buck Naked is what they would call him.
General but Neckar.
Are you?
I guess I can tell you right
Buck
now.
Naked?
Some of the glitches are actually gone now. Like all the
True.
game breaking. Like there's only a few left.
Yeah, but it
There's
still
only a
runs
few
like
left.
shit though. It still runs terribly.
I'm telling you, bro. Just make amends with Crytek. You just bring it, put that shit back on Crying again. Or my guy.
How about they make an update that actually fixes things, and not just
Well,
add something stupid?
See, I hear you. I hear what you're saying of the bugs are, but also I know from experience that when it comes to Star Citizen, when there are bugs fixed, the bugs are fixed, but the bugs are still bugging. You get me? So like the bugs are fixed. This bug, like, there are 30K still happening.
No, but I did crash a couple times.
I think that's because you got a shit piece.
My PC is decent, dude.
Decent.
Decent. I have a 2080, dude.
Yeah,
okay.
I don't.
If I can run Cyberpunk at like 90 FPS, I should be able to run fucking Star Citizen.
Yeah, well, here's the crazy thing, right? Cyberpunk actually has a bright future. Cyberpunk's actually getting some cool shit this year.
Mhm.
I don't really think I can say the same about Star Citizen yet. You feel me? Star Citizen is getting some cool. No, sorry. Cyberpunk's getting some cool shit in September. We're getting Phantom Liberty. Before that, we're getting a 2.0 update. Gonna completely
They better add
revamp
brain dances.
the entire game.
They should add brain dances into the game so I could jack off to Keanu Reeves' ass shaking.
I didn't need to.
There's a secret brain dance of Keanu Reeves twerking into the camera. You know that?
You're making out of work and I find it.
You're unbelievable.
They forced Keanu Reeves to record a video of himself twerking in a nice green thong.
He's all oiled up.
Yeah. It was super cool, but they didn't implement it, and he got really mad about it.
Yeah.
Yeah, dude. What are they gonna add into the Cyberpunk update?
What's that?
What are they gonna add, like wall running and shit?
Oh no, I don't know. They say so. So right now they're at the 1.7. The update right before Phantom Liberty comes out is gonna be 2.0. They're gonna. It's basic from how CD Projekt Red is advertising it, and call me a weirdo, but CD Projekt Red made The Witcher 3. So if I feel like if they say they're gonna actually fix something, they're gonna fix it, and they're gonna do it right. Unlike somebody I know, Robert Spacey. But
Robert the lying bastard.
yeah,
Industries.
yeah, but Robert the lying bastard industries.
Robert the I'm gay and I go and I go on top of mountains.
RTLBI.
Industries.
Yeah. So they're going to add, or what they said, bunch of bug fixes. They're going to get rid of gear stats. We talked about this literally last episode, so I don't know what we're talking about it.
I don't
But-
remember.
Or maybe we didn't talk about it last episode. We might have talked about it the episode before.
We might have
while we
even talked
weren't
about
on
it
the
after.
episode.
Yeah.
We probably talked about it quite a bit, and we just don't remember. But yeah, getting rid of gear stats, and a bunch of new shit. You can read it somewhere, I think, maybe, possibly.
They're adding the ability to become a better food
New-
where you actually have sex.
Apparently, they're adding new romances.
Well, that'd be cool. If you can make
so-
Pan Am squirt, that'd be pretty sweet. There's a squirt,
Pan
there's, a
Am's so
squirt,
good.
there's a squirting mini game for Pan Am. Like in God of War, you just smash the B button.
I do remember. But yeah, so literally the idea that they're saying is that that's just gonna be 2.0. I don't know to what degree that is, but apparently it's going to be fucking killer.
Why was there sex in God of War?
I don't know, because they're Greek.
The one game that probably didn't even need sex at all had sex in it.
Greeks be fucking.
Greeks be fucking bold.
It's actually a good question. It's actually a very good question.
He didn't have to have sex. Why is Kratos fucking?
No, what he didn't he fuck Prometheus' wife or something?
I don't remember. He fucked a bunch because in the first game you fuck a bunch of ladies.
Yeah, I know, but it's like he's trying to get across like the bridge, and at some point I think it's Prometheus. I think it's Prometheus' wife.
I don't remember.
I don't remember this in Greek philosophy.
Boy, I'm fucking Prometheus' wife. Don't tell anybody.
What?
Father, you're gay. You're fucking Prometheus, not his
Dad.
wife.
Dad, what's sex?
Papa? Pops?
That's my Adrius impression.
Atreus? Father,
Sure.
you're fucking Prometheus, not his wife.
Whatever
Oh
the
my
fuck his
God.
name is. Kratos,
Atreus.
Kratos an atheist.
Kratos and Albert Einstein.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know.
It was
It's
it was
like,
actually Kratos and Epstein originally, but then all that stuff happened and they changed it to Atreus.
His name was Epstein.
That's crazy.
Yeah, they were gonna call Kratos Al Qaeda first, but then then all of a sudden,
Yeah,
all
they
that
could call him Osama bin Laden.
and then 9/11 happened. They're like, "Oof, we gotta change everything."
Osama. Yeah. What other names was Kratos supposed to be? They're gonna call him Pol Pot, but then some guy read a book and he's like, "Oh shit, maybe not." They're gonna call him Adolf.
They were gonna call him. They were gonna call him the N-word, but then they realized that racism was wrong.
Yeah, they thought it was like a contraction of two different names. But when they combined it, was the N-word.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, Argus walked away. He got mad about Kratos' name. He jiggled his big, beautiful ass around and walked right out.
He just slapped his cheeks together and just walked out.
Anyways, before we started this podcast, we were telling Bordelon that he has to download a different web browser. Cause this ape of a man, this fucking goblino, this gobliness, is still using Microsoft Edge. Like a dork. I keep burping.
For those who don't know, You actually do need to use Microsoft Edge when you're in the military because your internet classes for the military, whatever branch you're in, will not work on any other browser. Because the
Yeah,
government
yeah.
doesn't know how to fucking whatever the fuck they need to do for that shit, adjust it.
I'm saying there's no reason you shouldn't have a different web browser to actually use in your free time. It's not like you can have multiple web browsers if you want. It doesn't really matter unless like it's a fucked up one that like runs in the background or something. You know, such as Microsoft Edge. That constantly tries to run in the background until I cancel it in Task Manager every time I boot up.
Literally, the only thing I open in Edge is PDFs. Even on that, I never open PDF.
I downloaded LibreOffice. You know what LibreOffice is?
Like Mucho Libre?
No, LibreOffice is like it's like basically just the open source version of Microsoft Office, like PowerPoint, PDFs, all that stuff. It's an open source version of it.
That's cool.
And I used to when I was still in college, I used to write all my papers in that because I didn't want to buy Microsoft Word.
Dude, I didn't even write my shit. I didn't. So far
I
in
used
college,
to plagiarize, man.
No.
You're like,
So
I
far
just
in college,
plagiarize, man. Fuck
so
it.
far in college, I have not written one paper in Word. I just don't do it. I write it in I use Grammarly, so I write it in that, and then I'll correct it, get all the corrections, read it, make sure it makes sense, and then put it into Google Docs and send it as a Word file. Because fucking Google Docs, it can export stuff as Word files, so I'll just convert it to a Word file in Google Docs without ever having to open up Word. It's amazing because I hate.
Yeah, I mean now you can just use the AI to write your papers.
Yeah, no,
You're not gonna do that?
no, because I can get kicked out of college.
How would they know?
They found a way. I can assure you they have found a way.
They just say that they're lying.
They're not though.
They're lying, dude.
Can you shut the fuck up? Stop trying to say. Anyone who's listening, please just write the fucking paper yourself. Please just write the paper
You
yourself.
see that news about like some Harvard professor who was like faking all of her data analysis?
Well,
They got her.
Here's the thing, right? There was the reason that people aren't writing papers with Chat GPT anymore is because some fucking kid. Remember it was some dude at Harvard, some Harvard freshman that made GPT-0 because he was like, I don't like the academic integrity is being so obviously and rudely disrespected, and everybody clowned on him and called him a fucking loser. He's the reason that because now colleges are fucking using this program that he made to fucking catch plagiarism work. Sadly enough. So yeah, no, I'm not gonna be risking that because they will.
I don't think you understand. This man saw Terminator once, and then he was like, I recognize Skynet, and then he made a program to fight back.
Recognize Skynet. That's okay.
Yeah, that guy's from the future. He's like John Connor.
He's John Connor. They almost killed him with ChatGPT.
He changed the course of history by making ChatGPT checkable.
Sacrificed his coolness for it.
Fucking bastard.
You evil.
You evil shit.
bastard.
You little tosser.
You fucking tosser.
You fucking pedophile.
What? What?
Bit gay, innit?
A bit fucking gay. A
Bit gay,
Dodge
innit?
gay shit. A Dodge gay
That's
shit.
a bit stupid, isn't it?
Bit stupid. Okay. That's a bit stupid, isn't
Who
it?
am I? Who the hell is that?
Fucking Dexter's Laboratory.
Hear somebody. I hear
Don't worry
somebody.
about it. Don't worry about it.
Never
I
seen
hear somebody.
Dexter's Lab. And he's like, "You're so stupid, Dee
It was one of your kind, artists.
Ew.
What?
Wait, that's not what I mean. I was saying ew to calling them one of my kind. Not at the presence of someone who looks like me.
One of your ilk, you mean?
One of my kin.
Yeah. One of your clones.
Clone. Black people aren't clones. Black people are not clones. Let's not.
I don't know, they look the same to
Let's
me.
not be the reason that we start this, please. I beg of you.
They're bad people, actually.
Black people aren't clones. We're not clones. We're human beings. We're not clones, please.
Stuck in
Black
that, dude.
people, let's be honest, black people are a hive mind. They collectively gather
All
stuff.
right, let's not do this on the podcast. Let's not get into eugenics and how to change.
They get up every
the
morning
human
and all
race.
together. They get up all together and in a monotone voice say, "We need moisture," and then they start going to get water.
That's crazy. We're not clones, though, ladies and gentlemen. Ladies and gentlemen, we're not
Ladies and
clones.
germs.
I didn't mean to
Ladies and
say
gentlemen.
ladies and germs.
Ladies and germs, boys and ghouls. Black people are not the same, are not clones and stuff.
Black people are not equal.
He was gonna say that, but he checked himself.
We're people. We're people.
Remember that dude that said the N-word when he was delivering it like a he was delivering like a box to somebody, and he's like what's or he had wanted someone to like sign something, and he called the guy the N-word, and the guy was like, "What?"
We're going around and we're
he's like,
talking
"I'm
like
sorry,
N-words,
man."
and he's like, "I'm sorry, man." Everyone, a lot of people were talking about like, guys, it was just such an honest mistake. And I'm like, motherfucker, how's that an honest? How's that an honest? How the? What's
yeah,
that?
he went to default. He just called him the N-word, and he's like, "I'm sorry, man. I didn't mean to. I meant neighbor." Oh, that fucking video is hilarious, dude. What a fucking doofus. But yeah. I remember when I was eating food with some friends. My friend, whenever you see the black guy, he started telling a story and always drop the N-bomb. And I'm like, listen, man, if this guy chooses to kick the shit out of you, I'm not gonna help.
I apologize. You made it home?
I made a clone.
Oh, nice.
Yeah,
Like
but
a
I tweaked his
Nigerian
DNA.
president.
Well, I tweaked his DNA, so I made a clone of me, but he's Asian.
Oh no.
So he's smarter than you now.
He's smarter than me. He's good at
crazy.
math.
Oh my god, why are we doing this?
He's smarter than you. He's more polite than you. And by God, he can do long division better than you.
He's slightly.
Why are
more-
we being so racist in this podcast? What the
I don't
fuck
know,
are you
I don't
guys doing? What are you guys bringing this to?
What do you mean, you guys? You just fucking took part in it.
I'll admit I took part. I started it.
You know, I'm like
I was
a
even the-
sponge. I'm half
I
sponge,
was even the-
actually.
I was even the one saying that we should not be doing this, but you guys insisted on.
Why? It's funny.
Bordelon, you racist bastard. You racist little
Man, it doesn't
todger.
matter what I say. You guys shame me for whatever.
Yeah, anyways, let's go on to the next topic.
Yeah, the other
Yeah.
day, you guys shamed me for having lopsided balls. All right, so I don't want to fucking hear it.
You don't have
What?
lopsided balls, you have a big needle-like cock, is what I said. But
Oh, yeah,
That's
man.
crazy.
That too. You made fun of my lopsided balls and needle dick.
your lopsided balls. I said your balls were like mashed potatoes squeezed and smashed.
Oh my
But,
lord.
Yeah,
let's go.
Ew.
What?
Your ball sack is just like a big bunch of putty. It feels like Play-Doh on the inside. That's what your
Fucking,
balls like. They're mashed to bits. They feel like Jello, like a meaty Jello
Ew.
inside.
damn it, I don't have access to that.
Do you
Soundboard.
see balls
I was
in
gonna- I was
Final
gonna-
Fantasy 16?
Mm, do I
The Gilbert Gottfried, my balls are dry.
do I see balls? No. Though, speaking of that, there were a couple moments where I'm playing through Final Fantasy 16,
Mm-hmm.
and my brother is watching me play through it, right? So like I have a headphone splitter. We both have our headphones
He
in it,
sits on your lap
and
and.
no. And we did have a moment where the main character, he is he's naked, right?
Uh-huh.
For some reason. Honestly, I have no clue why. But we were joking about, I feel like he's chained up. We were joking about it would be really funny if there was a camera shot from down between his legs, but like back behind him,
Yep.
looking between his legs, and we just see the balls hanging down from the middle of the screen. No cock, just the balls hanging there.
Remember on Grand Theft Auto 4 where you get to see a guy's penis?
Really?
Grand Theft Auto
Yeah.
4?
Yeah.
When?
In Outlast,
So
you also get to see a couple men's penis, though they try to murder you.
there's a DLC, the Lost and Damned, and then like Johnny Klebitz, he goes to a gentleman's club, and he's talking to the mayor, and he's like, all right, I'm sure you can help me out, and he's so comfortable with his sexuality around Billy for some fucking reason, and he just opens his arms wide and says, all right, bring it in, and he's just full naked, and you see his penis. The camera literally just pops up right, and you can see his penis. Really small.
That's crazy.
And then he gets smashed in the head by Trevor, right?
No,
Billy?
this is
Yeah.
GTA 4. Or is it GTA
Remember
5?
GTA 5 when Trevor fucking squishes his little helmet, his little head?
Yeah.
That was crazy.
That was sad.
dude.
I don't know why first they cut him in GTA 5 and then they get him killed. I'm like, I like playing as Billy. Billy was cool.
That was probably the best introduction of a character.
Yeah, Trevor had the best introduction of the character.
You
I
just
just
see
hate
like
that
he's
they
he's fucking
sacrifice.
a girl, and then it turns out to be fucking, what was this guy's name again? That you
Which
play
one?
in Lost and Damned, the main character. What's his
Oh,
name?
Billy.
Yeah,
Billy.
And then it turns out to be like Billy's girlfriend.
No, wait, I am so stupid. What? That's not his name. That was the name of the guy you have to kill in the Lost and Damned. Fuck.
What's his name? Johnny.
Gross.
His name is Johnny.
Johnny. Yes.
Yeah.
Why did I say Billy?
Yeah, when Trevor smushed Johnny's head with his boot,
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
I was like,
He
oh
died,
my
and then-
word.
And then he talks to him. He talks to him on his
Yeah.
boot in front of his friends.
Yeah, that shit was fucking crazy, man.
No, it was. It honestly caught me off guard when I first saw it.
I wish they did a DLC for the story mode.
No, I think the
Yeah.
story.
It was so stupid. They only put DLC for the multiplayer. That was so stupid.
I think the story mode, how it played out for GTA 5 was honestly perfect.
Yeah, but it would have been cool.
I don't think it
I
needed
mean, yeah,
more.
it was cool that you played as three characters, but especially since you do the same thing in GTA 4, where you play as three characters. Just,
Well,
but
yeah,
that's
I
based
mean,
off
but
three
what you-
DLCs.
But also like why change that? The formula works. I mean, GTA 6 is probably going to be as successful, if not more
Yeah,
successful,
GTA 6 is
than
gonna
G-
have six
than
characters.
GTA
You
6. Are you
played
kidding?
campaign?
They're
Did
gonna have
the
six
GTA
I thought it was
characters,
gonna-
and it's gonna have
You-
6 different storylines. And
I
it's
know,
gonna
you're-
have
You're really
six
good at
different
lying.
six different
No,
dogs and cats.
I'm gonna tell you guys right now. It has one character,
Two.
and it's a lesbian, light-skinned woman in the
Two
FIB,
characters. Two.
and
Brother and sister.
oh, they're brother and sister. Oh,
And it's
well,
gonna
Yeah,
have
it's
six
two,
different cars.
one
only. There's
female,
only 6
one
cars,
fe-
which is crazy.
Shut up! Stop talking. I hate you. It's gonna,
Stop,
it's gonna be
no.
two. It's gonna be two main characters, brother, siblings, one male, one female. I don't. That's all we know so far. Though GTA 6 is if dare I say the most highly anticipated game of all time.
Not
Especially
of
since
all
they
time.
added more. They added
Of
more
all,
realism
really
to
of
it.
all time. What the fuck? What else is there then, Mel?
Elder Scrolls
People-
6, dude.
People, but okay,
Shut
that's.
the
I
hell
think it,
up.
honestly, I think it puts up a stiff competition, but I don't think. I do not think that it is as anticipated as I don't think
And
it's
GTA.
as anticipated as GTA 6.
No, the best
We've been
game of all time is Star Citizen.
shut
Okay.
up. Shut up.
Actually,
I
it could
hate
be
you.
Mine-
I
Make
hate
it
you.
Actually,
fucking
wait. I just
build.
want to change my answer. Minecraft 2. is
Minecraft
Minecraft.
2.
That's the most
Though
anticipated game of all time.
I do. If we're talking about games that are anticipated, I want to talk Baldur's Gate 3. Okay, I want to talk
We didn't
Baldur's
even,
Gate.
You mean
we didn't even finish Divinity.
bald dudes
I
Gate
know. Okay,
3?
that has nothing to do with this. Okay, goddamn, dude, chill the
You're
fuck out.
worried. You're
Um,
worried around about the wrong Dungeon Master
Bro,
game.
I'm just talking about the fact that I'm hyped for the game, bro.
He's gonna
God
start playing
damn.
that, and then we're gonna
Can
lose
you-
that whole campaign.
Bro, it's gonna be on my computer. Text Flores, and we'll play when we play. God damn. I don't know what else y'all want me to say.
That when
I
you're
want you
available.
to sign a contract, please.
What was
tells
that?
me when we're gonna play and what times you're available.
I'm not signing a contract, but nah, dude. Baldur's Gate 3. So far, it's getting the same reception that Elden Ring got. I don't know if we talked about this on the podcast, but we had mentioned how a Ubisoft dev had gotten clowned on Twitter when Elden Ring came out. Because you remember this, I sent you the
He's
picture.
talking about how
because-
UI, there's not enough UI
Yeah,
in
he's
Elden
like-
Ring.
Yeah, he was talking.
Oh, yeah.
I have the tweet right here. What it was said, Ahmed Salama. He said the fact that hashtag Elden Ring scored a 97 Metacritic, proof that reviewers don't give a flaming poop, is what he said about game user experience. My life is a lie. And then Milk, maybe you'll be
There
willing
it
to
is.
edit this photo in post.
Yeah, I'll just copy it into clips together
Yeah.
real quick.
But yeah, or just do that.
I should have
But-
been in that cave.
Yeah, but this is somebody photoshopped this together with like the caption Elden Ring if it was designed by Ubisoft. So this guy got clowned for weeks over, and it's happening again with Baldur's Gate, right?
A to jump is in the center of the fucking screen.
Yeah, A to jump, A to active, press X to activate tarnish sense, message of the day.
Here it is, guys. You see it?
Yeah, that's the thing that they made.
Yeah.
That's the thing that they made.
Let's draw something on this thing.
People are doing the same
Purchase
thing with Baldur's Gate.
player set from Game of Thrones.
Yeah, a bunch of people from Microsoft, even like Microsoft's like one of Microsoft's like high level officials apparently, was commenting on the fact that Baldur's Gate is an anomaly, and not in the good way, because he is worried that it will set too high of a standard for RPG games going forward. Was his reasoning why he thinks Baldur's Gate is bad, because Baldur's Gate is like what I think I was hearing that they managed to get fucking license. Larian managed to get a D&D license, which is like unheard of. It's like the equivalent to Hideo Kojima being brought back into to direct Metal Gear 6. Like it just doesn't happen, like ever. And the fact that Larian of all people got a license is why.
Do your characters get to have sex with each other in Baldur's Gate?
Well, actually, there is Larian Games. You guys should see their TikTok. It's really funny. At a recent showcase, they showed a cutscene because there's full cutscenes in the game. They showed a cutscene in which a character fucks a druid while the druid is a bear. So there's a fucking you can fuck a bear.
You know what? I don't know if it's gay or straight or furry.
A druid in bear form, but a bear nonetheless. And the bear's like smirking at him. It's got like an animated face and everything. It's so fucking weird. But they did that because they knew people would think it was.
That's a different bussy. That's embarrassing.
The Barossi.
Embarrassing.
The Great Bear Necessities.
Yeah.
It'd be cool if he sang the bare necessities after he fucks you.
So I'm put some hours into Baldur's Gate at some point.
Balls gate.
Ball at gay.
Balls dude gay. You mean?
But we'll finish Divinity. Don't worry, fellas. We'll finish Divinity since it seems to be like the biggest hot topic of your guys' fucking entire existence.
We have to kill Grog.
Who's Grog?
I found two trolls. One's named Marge and one's named Frog. And Marge is like a really sweet troll, and they both charge you to cross their bridge. But Marge charges you like one, while Marge charges you like 50k gold coins. And he acts like a complete shithead the entire time. And Marge is like really sweet. He's like, you gaze upon my magnificent bridge. His bridge looks nicer, while Grog's bridge looks like a piece of shit.
It's crazy.
So we have to kill Grog.
We have to talk to the chicken that loses her egg.
We have to give Flores more chances to turn things into chicken.
We gotta
Yeah,
talk
this
to
is
every
true.
single rat that we encounter. That's what I want to do. I want to talk to all the rats. King of the rats.
Real impressed. I blessed the pig.
I had no idea that you could do that. That blew my
I
mind,
blessed the
dude.
pigs down in Africa.
Shut up.
You did bless the pigs down in Africa.
No, honestly though, I will say for the playthrough that we did, that playthrough is probably the most calculating playthrough I've probably ever done for Divinity. Like we all knew, like we knew what we had to do. We fucking
Well,
thought
I
about
mean-
it. That's the most thinking that we've done, the three of us.
Really? Really are
and almost
four
the-
dumbasses carrying a brain.
We just formed a brain. What's that fucking? What is it called when like there's a theory that like there is a I don't know if y'all ever heard of it, but there's like, you know how there's a mathematical possibility that if like I were to hit my desk, there is like a mathematical chance that the molecules in my hand could completely miss the desk and go straight through it. Have y'all heard that before?
How does
no.
that relate to us?
To the brain thing? Well, that there is a mathematical possibility. Like you could do the math for this. There is a chance that a brain could just spontaneously, spawn into existence, just from nothing, just a straight up brain. So when you mentioned the four of us make up one brain, I immediately thought of that brain just popping into existence.
What? I don't get it.
You've never seen that before?
No, I don't get what you're talking about. Okay, so like your hand is about to hit a desk, and then because you missed it, a brain spawns, and that relates to us working together.
No. These are
and then a brain spawns?
okay. That's my bad. No, these are two separate like possibilities. The one is my hand could go through a desk. It's mathematically possible. The chances are very low. And then the second one is that there is also a chance that a brain could just magically appear.
Hey, excuse me after brain appears.
Who told you this, Alex Jones?
I'm saying we all
No,
inhabit a hemisphere of the brain.
Oh, that's what you were saying. I gotcha.
Yeah, not.
Yeah,
not,
we formed
played the game, it's
like the Power
the
Rangers
brain.
to use our brain power.
Yeah, we became Megatron. Or what the fuck is it?
The
Megazord. Yeah. Why Megatron? This is Transformer.
We formed with our fucking Zorgs. I was the cock piece. You guys were the balls. And Flores was the eyeball right above it. Looking around out my head.
Okay, so it's called a Boltzmann brain. Somebody did the math for this, so don't get mad at me. This is apparently just mathematically possible. So look up
Lost
if
connection.
you
Hello?
get curious, look up a Boltzmann brain.
Hello?
A bull
Hello?
spin brain, huh?
Yeah,
Yeah,
I lost
a
connection. I asked Argus what Power Ranger he thought he would be.
Oh, which one was the black?
He was the green one. He was the Green Ranger, I
Was he
think.
the green one? Does anyone remember that episode where the Rangers got fucked up by by like a fucking creature that would just roast them? And he like sent
Oh,
them
yeah.
flying into walls.
I remember one
I
that
don't
played
remember
music
that.
and then they just went flying.
Yeah, he's like, you can't cope with the fact that you're just boring. And then he goes like flying 50 feet back into a wall, dude. It's so fucking funny.
I remember one where like a chick turned into a vampire somehow, and like the other Power Ranger was like, "I believe vampires are real," and then everyone else was like, "You're fucking stupid and insane." And then he's like holding tomato juice in front of her, and she goes, "Ah," and then starts drinking. And she spits it out. And she goes, "What the fuck is this?"
Clamato
It's-
juice, bitch.
He is literally He's literally called Negatron.
The Black
What?
Power Ranger?
It's called no. That fucking that guy that I told you would roast them and it'd like send them flying. He's called Negatron.
Damn, dude.
Sounds like something a Negatron
No,
would do.
the Black Ranger was the black guy. Who would have thought?
It's from the Fairly Odd Parents, where like the Black Crimson chick goes out and the Crocker goes, "It's Negachin."
Yeah, he said Nega-chin. He said Nega-chin. YouTube,
said
chill
it.
out. I know. That's what I'm saying. Chill out, YouTube. Said Nega-chin.
Arnold Schwarzenegger.
No.
Arnold Schwarzenegger?
So
Arnold
okay.
Schwarz.
Schwarz. Arnold Schwarz.
Arnold
Something.
Schwarz.
I don't know actually how you would say it. Say it.
Arnold Schwarzenegger.
No.
That's his name.
See what I mean? Whenever he says it, it sounds bad.
That's his
Look at
name,
what
though.
Flores- Look at what
Arnold
Flores just
Schwarzenegger,
said in
dude.
general. Look at what Flores just said in general.
Land Divinity.
That bitch like a goddamn snorkel.
I'm looking up all the characters from Power Rangers.
You're looking up all the characters from Power Rangers.
Yeah, the Black Ranger was a black guy. The Black Ranger was pretty cool, though.
How many times are you and Flores gonna say that?
Everybody likes the Green Ranger, dude.
Well, yeah, because the Green Ranger was badass.
He
Yeah,
was
dude.
badass.
Does
He,
anyone
he,
remember?
he would one time beat the fuck out of all the other Power Rangers.
Yeah, he was like a solo ranger.
The
He was
green
always
one?
carrying him.
Yeah, the green
Yeah, the
one.
green one. He would
from
actually fight the
from
Power
what-
Rangers.
which iteration of the Power Ranger?
I don't know.
Mighty Morphin.
Okay, because the Power Rangers. One second, I need to pull up a list of all the Power Rangers. One second. Oh wait, no. Because I remember the Power Rangers I most fondly remember, and this is horrible because this Power Rangers is very flawed for a multitude of reasons. But the one I most fondly remember is Samurai Steel. That's the one I most fondly remember.
Samurai
lot of-
Steel? I don't even know what the fuck
Yeah.
that is.
And a lot of people don't like that one, mostly because the show talked about many East or West Asian topics, especially since it's called Samurai Steel, and there was almost nobody in the cast that was, that was
Wait.
Asian.
Samurai Steel was one of the bad guys in Hit Monkey. What are you talking about?
What? I'm talking about the show Power Rangers Samurai Steel.
Yeah, and he's in Hit Monkey.
Good, I guess.
There's a monkey?
You know, he's a Chad. Yeah, he's a Chad that fights Hit Monkey.
Samurai Steel.
Or
Let me
I'm
draw
probably
the-
thinking of Silver Samurai.
Let me draw all the Power Rangers real quick.
But yeah, so that's
it
the one I
funny?
grew up with. A lot of people grew up with some people grew up with like Mystic Force and shit.
Isn't
Here
it
we
funny
got
how
the
Steel
Black
Samurai fought
Ranger.
Wolverine, the Power Rangers, and Hit Monkey?
I thought the Power Rangers was just, a child show.
It is.
It was. And sometimes it went deep.
Though, you're right. It is a kids show. Though it's one of those kids shows that people who grew up with it and are now adults still watch. And it's one of those things I feel like you can watch as a young adult and not be weird, right? And what I mean by that is if
I don't know about that
if
one.
you're a grown adult, if you're a grown adult still watching My Little Pony, you're kind of weird.
Yeah,
Isn't it
but if you
funny
watch
how-
Power Rangers, you probably shit your pants still.
Isn't it
That's what I
funny how
think.
Power
It's
Rangers
the
was
first
about
thought
a
that comes
gang?
in my head.
Isn't it funny how Power Rangers was about a gang of kids that would always skip school just to do street fights?
Well, last time I checked, most of them were adults.
That
Yeah,
is weird.
They're all adults. They're like in
They're all
college or
adults.
something.
like these
Yeah.
are teenagers. Like, no, they're not.
No, that's the That's the crazy part. They're not. They're none of them are teenagers,
But yeah,
especially
they're all like
never
that.
adults.
Yeah, no, most of them are like
That's a
are young
full-blown
adults.
man.
That's a full blown man. That's a man.
That's a
That's a grown
dude.
ass man.
That's a
a grown-ass
fucking
man.
dude. It's not a good green. Where's the good green at?
But yeah, I don't. Yeah, no, like if you're still an adult and you watch Power Rangers, I mean, because it's like the nostalgia of it.
You shit
Um,
yourself.
You're not very. You're, in my opinion, you're not very weird because there's a lot more weird stuff you could. There's a lot more shows from your childhood that you could be watching that would make you weird.
Yeah,
Again,
you're
like
a better
My
person
Little
if
Pony.
if you watch Power Rangers over My Little Pony, you're cooler.
or like if like you're a grown adult and you're watching Backyardigans still, like, bro,
That's
come on.
crazy.
Do
That
they
is
still
insane,
air
yeah.
Backyard again?
No, it's over, and it makes me sad that one day I will have kids and that I might have kids and they won't be blessed with that show.
I have to show them all SpongeBob.
Yeah, like that's just one of the unfortunate facts is that
Bless
my
those
kids
kids.
my kids will
Blessing
not
the
be
drive
if I
for
ever
a
had
lower economy.
if I ever have kids, they won't be blessed with that show. But also I guess kids are watching Bluey nowadays.
Would you show your kids Sonic, or would you be afraid?
Oh, would I show my kids? I knew a kid in school who, I don't know him now, but I knew a kid in
Why are you talking
school
to Dargis?
who would, when I knew a kid in elementary school who ran like Sonic. So no. So no.
You mean the
I-
Naruto run?
So no. Oh, that's a good point. Though, yeah, that's actually a good question. Who did it first? Who did it first? Sonic or Naruto or Naruto? Who did that first?
Damn, I think
Sonic.
Sonic probably did.
Sonic did. Definitely Sonic.
Because I think Naruto was only like really big like in the early 2000s, but Sonic's been around since like the 90s or something.
No, what's that? We gotta figure this out.
Here's the thing. Sonic, like classic Sonic, he never did the arms behind his back. He actually would. His running looked like a light jog. He would hold his hands fist in front of him.
I'm gonna watch. So Sonic first came out in 1991.
Hey, the title of this episode should
Naruto
be
came out in '99.
Milk. The title of this episode should be "Who Did It First, Sonic or just say Sonic versus Naruto."
This is gonna be called the Power Rangers episode because I'm drawing all of them.
Does it? Yeah, but no, I don't think I would. If I had like a set of options for a show, like if I had kids for them to watch or me to watch or for them to watch and have, here's the, I'm segueing, it's odd, but I think this is really interesting. When we were kids, right, the shows that were airing at the time, I'm gonna say almost universally, parents hated, right? Parents hated to have to sit down and watch these shows with you, right? It seems though that the TV industry, at least in a lot of other places outside of America, seem to have come to the realization that you can make TV that kids will like, but that parents can like as well, and have it be beneficial for both the parent and the kid. An example of that is apparently what many people I know who are parents have coined to be a masterpiece, and that's Bluey, because apparently that's a show that even parents are enjoying.
The fuck is Bluey?
Exactly. I was wondering the same thing until it was explained to me. It's apparently a kids show. It is a kids show, but apparently it's a show that even parents and kids like together.
What about The Last Airbender? That's a kids show.
I think The Last Airbender is weird because even though it was always advertised as a kids show, I don't really think it is a kids show.
I think it is. Aang's like 12.
Yeah, and the show deals with topics that only kids who are like 12 would be able to have barely a surface level understanding it. Like,
I mean, I watched it when I was a kid.
though at the same time, I think it feels too rolled. It can be that very deep show for those who actually look into it, and it can also be one of those shows that if you just watch it surface level, it's entertaining. So
also,
I don't know.
Gravity Falls was like that as well, because
True.
when Gravity Falls was coming out, my niece was still little, so I would sit with her in the living room and watch it with her, and I was like, you know what, I thought that was gonna be a baby ass gay show, but it's actually not bad.
Do you think that if you're an adult and watch Gravity Falls, you think that's weird?
No, I know plenty. Well, I think with like
It definitely has a
cartoons that are like well animated and are not like for like literal like toddlers, it's okay for adults to watch it, especially if you're like an artist or something. Because I know like a lot of animators and shit that still watch like Gravity Falls and like Star vs. Force of Evil or fucking
Honestly, I think
cartoons.
I think that's actually a very interesting perspective.
Because I mean, who do you think's making these cartoons?
Well, and the other thing as well is that like shows like Gravity Falls, for example, I can't really blame adults for still watching the show because only people my age, people really our age grew up watching Gravity Falls, right?
I didn't grow up watching it.
Kids, I did. Kids, I wouldn't say grow up, but I spent a deep amount of my early adolescent years watching, right? It was a big part of my mind that time.
Yeah.
So like honestly, even though I might say, oh, you might be weird for as an adult still watching a show like this, I also kind of understand it because it's one of those things where it's like you grew up with it, other people don't have that unless they actively seek it out. Right.
Yeah, that's why I think, and that's also why I don't like.
So that's
like
why
My
I can't
Little
really
Pony
fault
shit,
people
because
for doing that.
that's like a show like literally for like baby boys. whereas like Gravity Falls is more to like an 8-year-old or a 9-year-old, maybe even 10.
Well,
it's not as young as like what My Little Pony is trying to go for, you know?
Yeah, My Little Pony is also just, I don't know, I don't get.
Because like I said, my niece was like 8 or something when I would watch it with her.
I deadass don't get why people like Pony.
And I was like, you know what, Nobly, this is actually not bad.
I had the displeasure of watching it one time, and I hated every second.
You didn't like it?
No, I didn't. Honestly, I think it.
Because you're a hater, dude.
No, yeah, that's what a lot of people would say. You're just a hater. You're just a hater, man. And you're 35. Okay.
I'm not 35.
No. It was okay.
But also, I do think that like cartoons like that are like for kids can be appreciated even if like you're an adult, right? But if you're just interested in animation and just like how to write stuff, like it's okay to like things that are like innocent and not that deep.
And some might say this is strange, but I'm watching I am for the first time watching The Spectacular Spider-Man. I think we already talked about this, but I'm for the first time watching The Spectacular Spider-Man, which was on Disney XD way back in the day. I didn't have Disney XD. It wasn't part of like it wasn't part of the plan for my TV, right? So I completely missed out on that show, right? And now I'm watching it as a 19-year-old. Though given my age, it doesn't seem very weird because technically, even though I'm an adult legally, I'm still a kid basically. So if I was 35, it might be a completely different story.
I think it doesn't really matter. But anybody could watch anything at any time, but
it's like
they shouldn't feel embarrassed to like. If you like something,
I don't think so either.
If you're a filthy little brony who wants to fuck a pony, go ahead, dude. No one cares.
True. You know what? That's actually a good point. It's not my business. It's not my business. So why call them weird? It's not my fucking business. So yeah, fair point. But yeah, the Spectacular Spider-Man, it's fucking gas.
Like I bet some people like if someone like says that they were watching Naruto, they'd be like, you're a fucking creep gay man. Get out of my house.
We're gonna get stuck. We're gonna
given
suck.
given I don't know what he's talking about. Given how the anime community is at the moment, honestly, people would call you weird for watching Naruto, which I think is a little strange.
They're like, you don't watch
Because
Boruto?
I don't get
How
the
do you
show
make a
either.
doujinshi?
Boruto fucking sucks. I don't care what anybody fucking says. Boruto fucking
What about
sucks.
Bordeluto?
But you know what's the but what I think is most crazy though is is you know is like I don't know. I feel like I talk about it way too much, but how anime has kind of has fucking worked ever since 2020, and you know people being in lockdown for almost a year, how anime kind of wormed its way into the larger like cultural zeitgeist, because now it seems everybody watches anime, and it's not, and you know it's not weird to watch it anymore, because I remember I was watching anime years before, you know, everyone went into lockdown, and you couldn't talk about it because people would call you a, you know, people would say you were weird. I'm not trying to say some stuff like, "Oh, anime watchers were oppressed." I'm gonna be frank. The anime community at that time,
It was
prior
like
to
a
that,
niche. It was like a weird
it
niche that some
it
people
was a
liked.
niche. It was a niche, and the reason people found it weird was because the only time people interacted with people who watched anime was people being weird about it. Um,
It
normal
stopped being weird when cute girls were cosplaying as some of the characters.
normal dudes, like people who didn't act weird were watching it. They just didn't talk about it. And then anime became a lot bigger, and now it's I mean it had always been big, of course, but it entered into that larger consciousness, and now people like readily talk about it. um and
I mean, when I was in high school, only, like literally only like 2 people I knew like actually watched it. Like,
no,
actively,
dead
and
ass,
would
bro.
actually talk about it.
No, deadass. And then like you go back, like I was still in high school when we actually went. I went into my senior year of high school when I went back, um, you know, in person for high school, and people fucking had like fucking the Hidden Leaf Village insignia on their phone cases and shit, right? Some shit I had never seen before that. I was like, wow, that's really weird to see. Hell,
gang is
Goofy,
that,
you're
bro?
goofy, is what you say, right?
the producer would call, but the producer would call me Goofy back in the day for watching
What?
anime, and now he's watched
You
over
would
1,000
see-
episodes of One Piece.
But were you
Um,
goofy?
You would see the hidden.
I
the
wasn't
hidden
Goofy.
leaf- You would see the hidden leaf insignia and be like, "What gang is that, cuz?"
I hate. I hate
You ever
you.
seen that the big fat dude who's like who like goes to grocery stores and he's like I stepped on the scale and it said my power level's at 320. At this rate, I'll hit 400 easily.
Yeah. But nah, dude, he like my bro, or, like the producer. He'd be like, "What are you doing?" I'm like, "I'm watching anime." And be like, "You're a fucking weeaboo," right? It was like constant. It became this whole fucking thing. And then I got him on anime, and now he watches it on a regular basis more than
Now he
me.
doesn't
Yeah,
shower.
Argus showed him Kiss Sis and Boku
No.
no Pico and
Oh,
shit.
no.
No, good lord. Though you know what, while I do enjoy the anime community, I will never go to a con because they smell. They smell.
They do smell.
Cons smell.
Stinky.
And then honestly, I won't go to an anime convention. I won't even go to a fucking Marvel or superhero convention.
Go to an art
because-
convention.
Yeah, it probably smells like lavender.
Be the same shit and less people and also better
They
art.
shower.
And better art and they shower. That's really all conventions for, just to buy stuff that you just like, right? And maybe
Yeah.
like watch like people who talk about the things they created, or to see
No,
Heisenberg.
I won't.
Hey, y'all want to talk about Barbenheimer?
Oppenheimer. Sure, we
Barbenheimer.
can talk about Oppenheimer.
I don't get that. I don't get
Barbenheimer.
that meme.
What? Wait. Okay, you just say that one more time for me.
I don't get that.
Barbenheimer.
I don't get that meme.
I don't get whatever meme you're trying to say, but if you want to talk about
Okay,
the movie
it's-
Oppenheimer, I'm totally game for that.
It's Barbie and Oppenheimer.
Arbenhopper or
Why, 'cause they were released on the
Barbenheimer.
same day or
I
something?
hate you.
Yes.
That's it?
Well, okay, there's more to it. What the fuck? You guys have not been paying attention to anything?
Not real.
I've seen it, but I don't get it. Is that really it? I thought it was like maybe like they had like the same actor or something inside of it.
No,
in the
it's
movie.
because it's because the reason why is because Barbie's first product was released in Japan first.
Okay.
Who cares
Oppenheimer's
about Barbie?
product.
You
was
guys like
released
Barbie?
first in Japan as well.
Not really.
Barbie's lame.
Oh, come on!
You're either a Barbie kid or a Bratz kid, ladies, right? Am I right or what?
God damn it! I tried telling jokes and then Milk just talks over me.
First of
They're
all, it's not
Bar-
a joke. That's not your joke. That's a stolen joke. It's a meme.
Oh, you already know about it?
Yes.
What did I say?
I was literally just saying that I don't get the Barbenheimer joke. I don't get the
That's
meme.
not what I fucking said. I said that first, but I then said the actual joke.
What was the joke? Go ahead, say it again for the audience.
Barbie's product was first released in Japan.
Okay, Arby's. Okay.
Okay.
Barbie,
It's
yeah.
getting Oppenheimer made
Oppenheimer.
the second release of the nuclear explosions, right?
Yes.
Okay.
That's cool, bro.
Anyways, you were either a Bratz kid or a Barbie kid.
Fuck
I remember Bratz, so that was weird. Bratz always just looked goofy.
They look pretty gross
Actually,
to me.
apparently, the Barbie movie isn't like really cringy and girly. She goes to like the real world in the city, and she gets raped.
Oh, no.
God.
Jesus, are you serious?
I need to watch this movie.
Oh, you evil man. I'll be back.
Barbie basically gets stabbed with a needle on the beaches of Venice.
Gives the crack prostitute
Yeah, Barbie gets addicted to crack and just
in
sleeps
order to get
in the street.
back to her world.
You're completely cutting
Yeah.
out.
I know. I'm going under a bridge.
So Barbie is basically like a crack slut by the end of the movie, right? She basically gets turned out.
No, I've been told by the end of yeah. I just realized we can't be giving any spoilers, even though I already gave one.
Who gives a shit? Who gives an actual shit about the Barbie movie?
The entire state of Mississippi.
The entire state of Mississippi. Never
Yeah.
mind.
So you remember Ciano?
Uh-huh.
You remember Doc, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, he was actually Googling it. He found the watch results of Barbie, and he said that half of the states up north have watched Barbie, but mostly watched Oppenheimer, and all of Mississippi has watched Barbie.
Well, there you go.
Yeah,
That tells me
isn't
two
that funny?
things. That tells me one of two things. Either there's a bunch of babies in Mississippi, or there's a bunch of pedophiles there.
There's a bunch of trans goddesses.
Was Barbie trans the whole movie?
That'd be fun. At the end of the movie, Margaret Robbie shows a penis.
Margot Robbie?
Yeah, that's her name.
That was her?
Yeah, that's her.
I
She
knew
was
Ryan
Harley Quinn and
Gosling was
Barbie.
in it.
Yeah. He was one of the Kens.
Ryan Gosling. They should have had
There's actually a weird part of the movie where all the Kens were arguing about giving each other hand jobs.
it's disgusting.
That's an actual thing. It's in the beginning.
Wait, this
One
is a
Ken
movie for
gets
kids?
into a fight. Yes.
Talk about jerking each other's
I'm
chins.
honestly not thinking it's for kids. I think it's for people who played with Barbies as kids and grew up, and the movie's meant for them.
Oh, it's like edgy. It's like an edgy joke.
Yeah.
Also, I drew the Power Rangers. Do you want to see?
I'm driving.
Oh, okay.
I mean, I'm gonna see it soon. Don't worry.
That's fucking cool, guys. This is probably the best drawing I've done on this podcast ever.
I feel like you drew us three as Power Rangers, and you drew Argus as the Black Ranger. You drew yourself as the Green Ranger, and you drew me as a stupid looking dwarf.
No, you'll see.
Yeah. You just erased all of it, and now you're remaking it probably like that.
No, that's not even close to what I drew.
You were thinking, after I said it.
Basically, I'm a fucking artistic genius.
Oh, holy shit! Andrew Tate just drew by me.
Andrew Tate?
Yeah.
I thought he was in Romania getting flogged.
He's out of prison now.
He is?
Yeah.
Damn.
Oh, did you know that? I guess you didn't, but you remember Chuck Norris, right?
Yeah.
Chuck Norris lives near me.
Really?
Yeah, apparently. So one of the schools, that my school would compete with, his son goes to that school.
What the hell? Ask, like, talk to his son.
I don't go to school anymore.
All right, find Chuck Norris and then ask him what it was like to fight Bruce Lee.
I'm sure he would say it was an honor, like to meet him and act out the whole scene.
And then tell
And
him
they
that
probably
you're-
actually, huh?
And then tell him that you're here to avenge Bruce Lee for touching your
I'm here to
place.
avenge Bruce Lee.
And then you show him your big fucking 9mm bullet into his gut.
I would never shoot Chuck Norris.
Chuck Norris.
'Cause
All the
I
people were
know-
like,
I
"Oh,
know
Master
his-
Chief is Chuck Norris." Remember that?
I know his chest would catch the bullet between his pecs, and then he would drop it on the ground.
Between his big nips.
Yeah.
Bro, I was joking with my friend that Chuck Norris could beat the crap out of Bruce Lee, could kill him.
I think it's funny that Argus has just missed that I've given that important fact that people could track me down and try finding Chuck Norris.
Yeah, the people will find out. They have like so much information about you already. They can find you easily now.
I honestly don't give a fuck. Like, what are you guys gonna steal from me? What, like $4? Good job. Good job. You can afford like two.
I
fucking
sell your personal
sandwich
information
meals
on the dark web.
at a nearby fucking food restaurant. You see my face. What are you gonna do? Back off to it?
I made
What
a
is-
Cash App. I made a GoFundMe in your name, and it goes directly to my.
Oh my god.
But yeah.
But did you hear what we said about
Wait, I wasn't
Norris,
done with
Argus?
my story. You dingling.
Oh, go ahead.
I was talking with my friend, and we were both. I was joking that Chuck Norris could kill Bruce Lee with his bare hands. Then he could like slam his head open and open like a coconut. And some random dude was just walking by, and he got really pissed off at me and saying that no, he couldn't. Fucking Chuck Norris is a bitch. And I was like, I'm not talking to you, bitch. Shut the fuck up.
Some random dude on the street.
Yeah, some random guy got really mad because I was saying Chuck Norris could kill Bruce Lee. I was
Chuck
like,
Norris is a bitch.
and I was like, mind your business, bitch. I'm not talking to you.
Chuck Norris
yeah,
a real fucking dude.
Chuck Norris lives near me.
Who?
Chuck Norris. What
Chuck
the
Norris
fuck
is
have
his
we been
neighbor,
talking
dude.
about?
That's crazy.
Chuck Norris is Bordelon's neighbor, and he always sees him working
Oh, I'm sorry.
out.
Is Katy Perry your neighbor?
Does Chuck Norris work out? I haven't seen
I don't know.
him anymore. I don't see him in anything anymore.
He works out and doesn't shave.
That's pretty cool. He's got a cool look. It's a Texas Ranger dude.
Yeah. I remember an episode of Texas Ranger where this adorable little black girl got killed in a drive-by, and when she was in the hospital, the holy light touched her, and she was magically healed from a bullet.
Yeah, and then Chuck Norris like leans down to the floor and starts licking up the blood like a dog, which was crazy.
What the fuck? No.
I'm sorry, but Chuck
And
Norris.
Chuck Norris comes
seemed-
in, grabs the bullet, places it back in her, and says no one can escape fate.
I'm sorry, but Chuck Norris seems like the Steven Seagal of martial.
No,
Sorry,
Chuck Norris is actually
they
super
never-
nice to people.
well,
Yeah, and actually very fit.
I'm mostly noting how Steven Seagal is just a fraud, but
No, yeah. Chuck Norris is like not even like he doesn't even play into like the jokes and stuff. He knows that he's not like a real tough guy or anything.
okay.
He just thinks the joke. Yeah, Steven Seagal. Like if they had jokes about Steven Seagal like that, Steven Seagal would be like, "Yeah, I'm fucking cool. I know everything."
You remember the South Park episode where like everybody needed their safe space, and then Steven Seagal and Vin Diesel showed up, and then a fucking cashier at a Whole Foods made fun of him for being fat, and they just walk away crying.
No, I didn't see that.
It was funny.
Yeah, I don't like Steven Seagal at all. He sucks.
Mm.
Bad movies, and just a bad guy. Just the complete. What's the word? Not creep. Cringe. He's cringe.
I remember Steven Seagal being in a sci-fi original movie with zombies.
Now, what about
And he
Jean-Claude
just
Van
wielded-
Damme? He's uncringe. He's cool.
I hate that he doesn't have enough like movies, like all the other like A-list actors.
I still love Arnold, though, to be honest.
I'm sure everybody does.
Arnold is so cool, and he has big muscles, and he talks with a funny accent.
Well, no, now he's got post-op steroid body right now.
Yeah, and some guy tried to kick him in the chest, and he didn't even feel it. Remember
I'm
that
sure
shit?
by now he'd feel it.
You remember that shit? When
No.
that was like a year or two ago, where like some guy tried to like drop kick Arnold Schwarzenegger on like a plane or something, or at the airport, and like he kicks him in the back, and he like moves like an inch, and the guy like falls over, and Arnold was like, I didn't know what the fuck happened. I thought somebody like like pushed me on the shoulder or something. He's just so beefed up that he doesn't even feel it anymore.
There's a video of Mike Tyson about to be escorted away from a press conference, and then he turns around and he starts. Apparently, he heard somebody talking shit, and he turns around and goes, "I'll fuck you up right now! I'll fuck you up right now!"
Ooh, I'm gonna tear somebody apart.
There's a
That's how he
video.
talks.
There's a video of Mike Tyson like on a plane. Some guy keeps like bugging him or something. Or he keeps
Oh,
like
yeah, I
he
remember
keeps like
seeing
talking
that,
shit
and
to
he
like Mike Tyson, and Mike Tyson just turns around and starts pounding him in the fucking head. It's like
And
deserved.
then like,
it,
later,
dude.
the guy actually apologized and said that he was just being an ass just to get a rise out of him,
Yeah, what an
which is
idiot,
correct.
dude.
I mean, he fucked around and found out. He was probably just trying to see how tough Mike Tyson really was.
That guy's such an idiot. Like Mike Tyson's not like a movie star. He's a fucking he's like a world champion. Yeah, Mike
Yeah.
Tyson's cool. I fucking loved his TV show. I wish they kept doing it.
That shit was so cursed.
The Mike Tyson Mysteries was so funny.
What the fuck is that Irish dude's name? That UFC fighter?
Irish dude? What's he look like?
The Irish UFC fighter?
Oh, Conor McGregor?
Conor McGregor. That's what it is. Yeah.
Well, Conor
he's an
McGregor
asshole.
like beats women sometimes. So.
Yeah,
he-
I've heard that. Doesn't he beat his wife?
Everybody, you just can't be you can't be near him at all because he'll just fight you if you look in his direction.
No, yeah,
Sounds
Conor
about right.
McGregor is really weird. He used to be cool when he was like not as famous. He used to actually be kind of cool, but then like he like let it all go to his head or something. All the success.
Oh fuck! That's what I came up with this hypothetical. I was thinking of a hypothetical for some reason, but thought
How would I kill Conor McGregor? With a gun.
no. Oh, okay, all right. Who would you go on a lifelong journey with, full of danger, but you have to trust them? Would you go with Kenny from The Walking Dead or Dutch from Red Dead Redemption?
What the that's a retarded question.
No, it's not.
Dutch is like literally like a manipulating bastard, and then Kenny is just the guy who just lost everything and went crazy.
Dutch went crazy too.
Yeah, but Dutch was always. That's the thing. Like everybody's like, nobody really knows why Dutch turned out insane. Some people say it's because he got hit in the head. I think he was always like that. I think he was always like a manipulating bastard.
Honestly,
And
I
that
kind of
it
agree
finally
with
came
that.
out when they got into rough times.
Because it's like it's been said that Dutch found Arthur after both his parents died, and groomed him to become his personal killer.
Yeah.
Like, if Arthur never met Dutch, he might have not lived the life that he did. But even Arthur at the end realized that Dutch lost his way,
Yeah.
especially after Blackwater. He's like, "You didn't have to kill that girl. Why did you do that?"
Yeah, I think Dutch was always like a sociopath, and that the only reason everybody found out was because they just went through really hard times and he just couldn't handle it anymore, and he stopped pretending.
Well, especially after Dutch, Arthur nearly got killed and Dutch just left him behind. And then when John got shot, he left John behind.
Yep. Fuck,
And
I
then-
hate
and then-
Dutch.
And then he started doing all these stupid
Kenny?
jobs that
Dutch, Lenny. I'd have Lenny. He does die.
said Kenny.
Kenny,
He died.
Kenny.
Yeah, Kenny. I was gonna say Lenny died like a bitch though.
you
It
wait,
kinda
Kenny.
stung.
No.
Wait, what'd you say happened?
Because Lenny
What'd you-
just gets shot in the head on the roof. I was like, man, what the fuck? They killed him off like this? Yeah, that sucked.
Lenny did not die like a bitch.
He did though.
You said Kenny from Lenny died too young. Poor Lenny.
I was
was
like,
a young man with a
they
bright
killed him
future.
off real wrong. They did him dirty.
Charles was badass throughout the whole game.
Yep. Fucking,
But
Sadie
yeah,
Adler was so cool.
so Kenny from The Walking Dead, right?
Are we talking about the Telltale Kenny?
Yeah.
Yes.
Oh, honestly,
Because you're
I'd go
not
with Dutch.
Clementine.
You go
I'd
with
go with
Dutch?
yeah.
What are you, nuts?
See, Milk.
The
It's not a
reason I
retarded
say
hypothetical because now
the
we have
reason-
to disagreement.
the reason I say Dutch is because even though Dutch was batshit crazy and was a horrible man, the difference between Dutch though was that Dutch wasn't so crazy to the point that no one got away, right? That no one walked away from his tomfoolery, right?
Mhm.
People were able to get away from him. People were able, like John ran. Him and his family, they took off, ran. What's his name?
But Arthur had to distract him.
Who the fuck was the dude, who like talked like the hello sir? Like who was that guy?
Reverend Swanson.
No, Reverend
Sure.
Swanson. He left.
But they all had, everybody that left had to sneak away
I'm
though.
trying to fucking come up with it.
True, but the thing is
whatever,
that
Johnny.
it's possible, right? Trelawney
Trelawney!
saw the exactly. Trelawney saw the writing on the wall. He got out. People were able to get out and go about their lives. Like fucking Grandpa, same deal, or whatever the fuck his name was. Charles,
Uncle.
same deal. Uncle was able to do that.
No, I think everybody
reason-
that got
hold on.
away from Dutch had to slink away like in the night and
The-
shit.
the reason I say that having just recently finished the first season, the reason I say Kenny, I wouldn't go with Kenny is because after Duck and fucking his wife died, bro lost all sense of reason. He lost all of his sense of reason. He completely lost it.
He
and
acted impulsively in the
there were-
beginning too.
there were moments in the game where Kenny was so blinded by his grief that he made decisions or thought and did things that put the group at danger, at risk, even in some cases put Clementine at risk. So I got
Yeah.
so that
Okay,
really
I
fucked
see.
with
I
me.
see why you would pick Dutch then.
Kenny is tragic because he lost everything. He lost the two people he cared about most in the world, and it blinded him, and he stopped thinking. Even though
He
Dutch,
acted impulsively to begin with.
he did, yes.
Yeah, Dutch does act less impulsively, but I think he's also more nefarious. He would willingly like throw you under the bus if he thought it would help him better.
We never even cared.
Whereas
I want you
Kenny,
to
I
take
feel
back
like
your
if someone
comment
wanted
about
to
being
throw you
retarded
under the bus,
hypothetical.
Kenny would be like, "Man, what the fuck?" And he starts biting someone, right? Kenny
In
would
my
bag you
opinion-
up better.
In my opinion, it was frustrating at times with Kenny because Kenny only really ever thought about his family, which is
Yeah.
fine. That's like he's got a reason to do that. It's his wife and kid. No, he only ever really thought about Duck and whatever his wife's name was. I forgot her name. But a lot of his decision making would be centered around himself and his family. It wouldn't be centered around other people. And then he'd try at times to elicit sympathy from Lee. When when we were fixing the train, dude was just in total denial that Duck got bit.
Yeah.
Right? He didn't want to think about it. He didn't want to acknowledge it. He didn't want to accept it.
I forced him to
And-
shoot his own son. I was like, I'm not gonna do that shit. No, you do it, bitch.
and I had to whoop his ass for him to fucking for him to see reason and for him to understand that you need to be back there right now because you can't run from that. And he didn't want to, and he just wanted to run away from it. And, Kenny at times was just a fucking coward.
Weird.
Yeah. Also, I guess if I would still choose Kenny because even if he was like as erratic and crazy, I could still kill him pretty easily. I think compared to
But
Dutch, who's like a gunslinger and shit.
I will say that Kenny did save Christine, whatever the fuck her name is. He saved her life. So I will say when Lee died, bro, that shit fucked me up, bro.
Yeah, I hit him with that ...
So
I
sad.
hit Clementine with the ...
Trying to
at
shoot
the
him.
end and he dies. That shit was funny, dude.
Nah,
Like
Lee-
Clementine's like, what do I do now? And you just
I-
hit her with that ...
ever since Lily's fucking prick of a dad said that like you're nothing, you mean nothing, you're just a murderer. My whole goal was for that entire playthrough season 1 was to prove that motherfucker wrong. I think I did a pretty good job.
No, mine was complete opposite. I was like, yup, I'm about to start eating people if they ain't careful. I'll eat a zombie, I don't give a shit. Yeah.
I'm gonna guess you stole from the cars.
Yeah, what the fuck? Were I not gonna steal from the cars?
I did steal from the
I
car.
actually, so I did the first time, but on my second playthrough, I didn't steal just to see what the guy at the end would say, and he'd be like, "But your people stole." I'm like, I didn't do it.
Oh,
though,
dude,
you
that guy's fucking logic was
crazy guy."
that dude's logic was so stupid, right? Yeah, I completely agree. He was like, you didn't. He's like, you stole from me. You stole my food. It's like, I didn't do that. My group did. He's like, well, yeah, they did though. It's like, how does that have anything to do with me? How? It has nothing to do with me. The fact that Kenny
I don't know, like,
stole
what
from the
else is
car
affect.
has nothing to do with me. And then he starts lecturing Lee about how like I wouldn't have exposed her to the things you've exposed her to. Dude,
Oh yeah, cause you
The
cause you
world
like make
isn't
her
the-
like
Yeah,
kill people
no.
and shit.
I'm like, dude, the world
Why?
isn't what it used to be.
Yeah,
She
that guy
has
was
to know how-
so cringe, dude. I killed him instant. I was
Dude,
like, fuck this guy.
that guy was so cringe, and he was so out of touch with the current situation. He's like, I wouldn't have exposed her to that. Then she wouldn't have made it. She wouldn't have made it without experiencing things like that. That kind of stuff made, as a kid, it made Clementine understand the world's not what it used to be.
I was
It's
like,
the
hey,
world that
Clementine,
she
guess what? I just smushed a baby's head in that attic right now.
No,
Go look.
the world that she grew up in is gone, dude.
I was like, hey,
and-
Clementine, look at me squish this baby's head.
And the only way she's gonna survive is if she understands that sometimes people gotta die. Sometimes you gotta take some heads. You gotta know how to
I told
shoot.
y'all, I have the whole series.
I do as well.
I have the whole series, and the final. Have you got to the final season yet?
No, I've barely started season 2. I'm still fucked up
I'm
from.
telling you,
I'm
it
finishing
is
The Wolf
worth
Among Us.
It's based off of the book, The Lord of the Flies.
Goofs and gaffs is what he's talking about. funny
What are you talking about?
funny little jokes. funny little things happen like when you
What?
murder people.
Will, like talking to somebody else right now? Oh.
Now I'm
Oh,
talking
no.
about what Bordelon's talking about in the last season or whatever.
You
Where
know
do
what Lord of the
where
Flies
you-
is?
Yeah, you start killing Piggy, you kill some kids, whatever, man.
Sure.
You hide in a bush and then you stab a child in the heart with a spear.
And Clementine is a Clementine is a she's assuming the role that Lee did for her.
Yeah, don't tell me nothing. I hardly have seen anything about season 4.
Yo, fucking Lord of the Flies was such a crazy book, dude.
But nah, I think Lee did redeem himself, even though he killed somebody. In the end, Lee did redeem himself. In my opinion.
How would you guys survive in Lord of the
Did
Flies?
you know? Did you know that in Metal Gear Solid 5 there are Easter eggs to Lord of the Flies for Liquid Snake?
What do you mean?
Alright, so you know when you go to find White Mamba, Liquid Snake?
Nope. I never played those.
Oh, for fuck's sake.
I'm bad at stealth, dude.
Alright, when you go
was
to
into those
find
games.
him, when you go to find him in Africa,
Uh-huh.
there's a fucking. Why are you stopping completely?
Huh?
This truck just held up entire traffic line. I hate when people fucking do that.
Also, I will say I don't know why that guy got mad at me for dropping Ben when Ben wanted me to.
Ben?
Sorry, that's all. Yeah.
Who?
Continue though, Bordelon. I'll explain once he's done.
When you go to find White Mamba in the ship, outside of the ship, there's a spear in the ground, and at the top of the spear is a boar's head on top of it, like a dead
Mhm.
boar, just like in Lord of the Flies in the movie.
Yeah.
And Eli or Liquid Snake or White Mamba, he is dressed like one of the kids from Lord of the Flies. His whole dude. And especially since he is commanding a fucking army of children soldiers.
They're called
Sarah.
cannon fodder.
Sierra Leone moment.
Yeah.
They're called cannon fodder.
Yep.
They're called funny little things.
Funny little things.
They're called
Funny little sex
puns.
toy.
Anyways, what were you talking about, Ben? Who's Ben?
Bordelon, you remember Ben, the kid that you picked up?
Yeah. Yeah, I
Lily
actually
shot-
put him in the tower.
Lily shot Carly. And so he told
I actually looked up. I looked up if you could save Carly.
I don't think you can.
Is Carly the stupid one that
You
put the batteries
can.
backwards?
Yes.
Yes.
She's the one that did
That
not
was
work a
why-
radio.
Why is that
Um,
saying in the game?
but
Why
no.
is that batteries backwards?
But for me, she shot Carly, killed her, and I was so Ben was saying like, you can't save me, right? I'm gonna like, if you try to pull me up, more people are gonna die. You have to let me go.
Uh-huh.
So I very reluctantly let Ben go. That fucking old bag of bone fucking got mad at me for that. He's like, I see what kind of person you are now, Lee.
Damn
You let
right.
that boy die. And I was like, what do you mean? He wanted me to drop him. I simply did as he asked.
It is crazy how you'll
then you
do
hit him with a
something
dot, dot,
and then,
dot,
like,
right?
you'll do something and then another character will act ignorant of what they just heard and be like, you're the fucking villain. Like, what?
Or dudes in like people in games like that, it always frustrates me when I encounter people that think, oh, you could just save everyone. Oh, how can I save everyone? Just save them all. Like I can't save everyone. I just can't. It's impossible. I can't save everyone. And that's not my goal.
But then you meet people like me who are bandits and start
my
eating
whole
people and shit.
my whole fucking goal in that game was to keep Clementine safe. That was my whole goal. So
Yeah.
for me especially, it's like he's like, you could have saved him. I'm like, yeah, well that could have risked Clementine, but I also chastised myself because Clementine was upset that he died.
My goal in those games was to cause as much chaos as possible before my short life ended, and just to see what's funny when I dot somebody after killing someone.
So I save Ben, and later on when Lee drops his gun, Ben actually grabs it for him and brings it back to him.
Yeah,
So, like, over
my Lee
time,
was so
Ben
hated. Everybody hated Lee. Everybody thought he was like half retarded.
Dude, I don't. Dude, honestly,
everybody hates Chris.
Lee finding Everett kind of broke my heart. Or if not Everett, Lee finding his brother in Macon kind of broke my heart.
Oh.
Lee finding Chuck broke my heart.
Oh yeah, cause dude, man, Chuck, bro, fucking Chuck.
Chuck saved Clementine. Why is this truck driving into me?
Bordelon
Okay.
gets crashed into. Anyways, we're over time, so audience, if you guys made Lee into a filthy little demon like I did, please leave it in the comments below. See you, everybody.